All right. What is going on, guys? It's Nick here. We're back. We got another mock draft here for you. Just beginning it. It's a 10-team league this time. Standard scoring. I almost always do standard scoring. It's not PPR. And it looks like everyone's in the draft. This is phenomenal. Now, of course, I say that and 6, 7, 8 are all going to quit. But let's start the draft. I'm also, just like all the other times, I'm going to have my rankings here. That's quarterback, wide receiver, and running back rankings. Broken up into tiers. I don't do really an overall ranking besides like the top 30, but those are also there. It says like right in this column here. So Antonio Brown, Odell, yeah, okay. Those are basically my top three. I have Julio instead of Odell. Basically, almost every mock draft I've done, Le'Veon's the only guy that's actually gotten into the top three, and there he goes right there. My next guy I already know is actually AJ Green at 15. So we actually have to think how many people go off this board if we want to take him at 9 or 12. Because DeAndre, if he's miraculously there, is not going to be. See, this kid's going to take DeAndre if these first three guys don't. And you got to think about that when you're drafting. I'm not going to reach for a guy that maybe I have ranked really highly in the 20s right now because he's going to be there at 12. And potentially he's there at my next pick. Probably not. But I have to be careful about that. Can't reach too far in these early rounds. Ezekiel actually went right there. Huh. That's a bit high. Where do I have? I have Ezekiel ranked 12th. So it's pretty high. He's a rookie. I don't know if I'd take him a top 5 pick. I'd definitely rather have DeAndre. I'd rather have David Johnson, Gurley, Peterson. So, all right, he did take Hopkins. The next one was Gurley. So, okay, so David Johnson got taken. So I believe my last draft I took Adrian Peterson. I don't think the kid's going to take AJ Green. And if we're going to be completely honest, I kind of want to see how my team ends up if I take Gronk. But I hate taking tight ends. Who do I have for running back? You know what? This is what mock drafts are for. I'm curious how my team's going to end up if I take Gronk right here. Hopefully this kid doesn't take AJ Green or else I just screwed up because I have him as my 4th overall player. But I kind of want to see how my team ends up. Of course, AJ Green and Gronk both have buys in week 9, but honestly, don't look at that when you're drafting. Maybe you take a loss if your entire team has week 9 bye, but you know what? The rest of the weeks you'll be fine because your team, no one's on bye and everyone else has like 1 or 2 players on bye. So just don't look at the buys. It doesn't matter. I guess if you're 50-50ing it and everyone else has a bye that week, then you take him, and of course, AJ Green gets taken. So of the players here, I'm definitely taking a wide receiver. Hopkins, Alshon, and Dez are next. I believe Hopkins is already taken, but Alshon is not. So I'm going to take Alshon Jeffrey. One last look over, and yes. So Alshon's going to be our pick. And we don't pick again until 29. So I took a tight end. I'd like to take another wide receiver. And Evans would be fantastic to have. As you look here, I have him ranked 9th for wide receivers, 14th overall. A lot of people don't have him that high. I mean, I'm just going to put him down here. He's not going to be there. I'm thinking about it now. There's no way. Tom Brady just got drafted in the 2nd round. Okay. And you know what's funny? Obviously, you're taking these drafts and you see, oh, this kid's not even trying. I've been in drafts where that happens, especially living in New England. People take Tom Brady in like the top 2 rounds. So, and you're just sitting there like, hey, you know what? I got great value right now. So, if Evans is taken, which he probably will be, I'll be looking at Allen and Amari Cooper would probably be who I'm looking at. So Keenan Allen, it's hard to find him there, and Amari Cooper. I also want to see just who the running backs are. So I like Ingram. I believe he's my next ranked. Ingram. Actually, do I have Freeman ahead of Ingram? Whoops. No, yeah, I have Ingram first. I don't like Freeman. I doubt he's going to be there at 29. But Ingram would be after these if I took one of those guys, and Ingram's there at 32. That'd be real nice. But I doubt he will be. Just go back to the overall rankings. Yeah, there's no way Ingram. He's the second ranked on the guy right now. And Watkins would be pretty nice to have. I have Watkins a little lower. Who just got taken? Keenan Allen. All right, we're really hoping Amari Cooper stays on the board. Where is he in here? Oh, scroll up. I didn't even. Oh, Mike Evans is still there. If Mike Evans was on the board at the end of the third round, I feel like I've already started off a mock draft with Alshon and Mike Evans, but that's such a good combination. Especially if I took my first round pick was Gronk, and I can get my sixth and ninth ranked wide receivers. Like, are you kidding me? I don't know. I just like in my real drafts, I've never actually drafted Gronk, even as a Patriots fan, just because every time he gets tackled, you like cry because you want him to get up. It's I hate doing that, but I don't know. He's really good. So let's just see how my team ends up. And I mean, if you think about it though, if he's healthy for every single week, you have an advantage over your opponent every single week. You know, you walk into the matchup and you see maybe they have a good hit. They have Travis Kelce, and they think, oh, I got a good tight end. But you have Gronk, and Gronk's gonna get like 100 and a touchdown. Okay, Ingram went gone. Gronk's gonna get 100 touchdown, and Kelsey's gonna get like 50. So every week, your tight end's putting up points. Plus, if I can have Alshon and Mike Evans, I think that's a really good start to the draft. We still gotta wait for some people are slow at drafting, but let's see, who would I take in the chance that both of those go? I believe Marshall's next. Yeah, which I'd be fine with. Marshall is my number 2. I'm just assuming that Fitzpatrick is gonna be back. I'm pretty sure Jordan Reed. See, I don't like Jordan Reed. He's hurt even more than Gronk is, it seems like. So I'm not drafting Reed definitely in any of my leagues. Unless he's there in like the 10th round, which obviously he's not. Darn, Mike Evans got drafted. I'm fine with Amari Cooper here. Amari Cooper, another year with Derek Carr. I'm fine with that pick. Obviously, I would have much rather had Mike Evans because I think the upside's there. But so he's here with this pick. I feel like Marshall is going to be my pick. Oh, no, I'm not prepared. Doug Martin, mediocre. Hyde has upside. But I like wide receiver 0. I'm sorry. I just like drafting that way. I mean, look at this. Like, week in and week out, I have Marshall, Amari Cooper, Alshon Jeffrey, and Gronk. It doesn't matter who my running backs are. Like, I'm going to grab a quarterback late. I'm probably going to stream quarterbacks in every single one of my leagues. But I can grab probably like Rivers, Manning, and Stafford all going to be there in like the 12th round. So I don't need to be the guy that just drafted Rodgers. Definitely don't need to be the guy that drafted Brady in the 2nd. Brady's more of like an 8th round value for me. But so now I've already drafted wide receivers. Okay. So running backs are definitely, obviously Hyde would be nice, but see the rankings for running backs. Lacey, Hyde, DeMarco, Anderson, Matt Jones. Those are the guys. So let's just start putting them over here. Right when I put them there. Lacey, Hyde, got Anderson, DeMarco, Matt Jones. Why is he so low? See, Jeremy Hill is too high. And Stewart is way too high. You cannot draft Stewart in the 5th round. Like, he played every week last year. I'm pretty sure. Maybe he missed 1 or 2. And he still didn't even. What was his numbers last year? He didn't even get 1,000 yards. Like, he's always hurt. And you're going to tell me in a year where he barely even gets hurt, he doesn't even get 1,000, you're going to tell me I'm going to draft in the 5th round? No. No, thank you. So all my guys being taken. I have DeMarco ahead of him, right? Let's see. Yeah. DeMarco, Anderson, Matt Jones. I do like Deion Lewis, but those guys are definitely ahead. So I'd be fine if on this turn I can get DeMarco and Matt Jones, then that'd be real nice. I doubt it's going to happen. I feel like, I don't know why these guys are ranked higher. Like, people need to realize DeMarco is just a bad fit for the Eagles. He just didn't fit into that offense. You put him in when he was in Dallas. I mean, he was the rushing champ. He had like 1850 or something stupid. Now, obviously, like, I could probably get 1,000 rushing yards behind Dallas, and I'm 5'9", 140. Like, I mean, anyone can. That's why I'm high on Ezekiel Elliott this year. I think I'm 12th, but I think he's gonna do fine in Tennessee. I mean, they have him projected here. Obviously, never trust these, but almost 1,007 touchdowns. If I had to guess DeMarco, I would say I'd say he gets 1,000 yards and maybe 8 touchdowns, which at the end of the 5th round, after taking the wide receivers I've taken, excuse me, I think that's perfectly fine value. I just need someone consistent. When you do wide receiver 0 like I'm doing here, you just gotta get a running back that has the potential to be great. Obviously, DeMarco does, and is at least at a minimum starting the year as the starter. So I'm going to take DeMarco and just hope this guy doesn't draft Matt Jones. Because if I really like Matt Jones too, because like, again, he's starting the year as a starter. He's got Chris Thompson in the backfield behind him as the 3rd down guy, but Matt Jones can catch. So he can play that 3rd down role, and he's starting as the starter. Potential for like 200 to 250 touches. I mean, I doubt it's going to happen, but he has the potential to do that. When you do wide receiver 0, you're just taking shots on running back. Like, at this point, since I already have the tight end filled up, this is where I'd be just glancing. I'll just look just to see. This is where I'd be glancing at, like, the Delaney Walker, the Fleener, not Eifert, like Kelsey, basically those 3. I'd be thinking about it as for my 7th-round pick. But for here, I'll sort by flex. I mean, a lot of these guys aren't going to be here, but if I have an elite guy, not elite, if I have a really good guy like a Demarius or Decker was there, I'd have taken him. But I feel like I'm going to go with a running back at this spot. I don't like Stewart, like I've said. Ryan Matthews is not going to be there. It's hard to say now. There's just so many picks between now and then that I'm not going to know. But I'll guess it's going to be somewhere in this range. So, of those guys, I'd look at Woodhead. I'd look at Gore, Mr. Consistently Mediocre. Abdullah and Duke Johnson. Now, I don't think I'd be drafting those guys, but those are the people. Okay, well, I guess no one's going to take Ryan Matthews. That's really all I like in this list. Nope, there goes Ryan. So now I'll look at the wide receivers just to see. I'd take Decker ahead of all of them. I'd probably take Moncrief. There's no one else here. Sometimes just scroll down just to see for like sometimes people are ranked really lowly when they absolutely should not be. But just like the AJ Green, I'm thinking if it was in a real draft, I'd have taken AJ Green in the 1st round. But I mean, I have him ranked 4th, and this thing had him ranked 15th. Like, that's a huge difference. So just always scroll down just to see who's there. Make this bigger. I guess I cannot. That was a lie. Deshaun, I don't want. Parker has a lot of upside. Huh. So Parker, I would probably take Devontae Parker here. That always happens to me. Whenever I put him down here, you hear that the stupid noise. All right, maybe I'll just take a running back because I mean there is potential for Matt Jones and DeMarco to not be good. So I would like to have. Honestly, I feel like I've taken Woodhead in every draft, but it's like he has such good value because Melvin Gordon's terrible, and he gets thrown to out of the backfield. They use him in goal line. They use him as their goal line back instead of Melvin Gordon. They literally take Melvin Gordon out once they get to like the 30, and they just throw a wheel route to Woodhead. They do the same thing with like Lewis for the Patriots. Him and Danny Woodhead and Deion Lewis, like the same person, it seems like. They get into the red zone. They line up in like a 4 wide and then have Lewis in the backfield in the shotgun with Brady. Then they motion him out, and they see they have a linebacker on him. He just tells them to run to the end zone or run like a slant route or something. And they just throw him, hold on, Woodhead. And they just like throw him the slant. The linebacker's on him, can't catch up, and it's a touchdown. I mean, it's like the easiest thing in the world. You just motion him from like you motion him from the backfield out. You see who's manned up. You say, oh, well, he's really slow, and then you just throw a little thing to one of these guys. So I like Woodhead a lot as a backup there. Now I'd be looking to build depth at wide receiver. So of these guys, I believe Floyd, Jordan Matthews, John Brown is who I'm looking at. And in my rankings, I have Jordan Matthews ranked higher. It's a hard decision, but I think I'm going to go with it. I'm going to stick with my rankings. He has a lot of potential. And again, as I said earlier, don't look at the buys, but now that I am looking at the buys, John Brown and Michael Floyd have a 9, and so do Matt Jones, Alshon Jeffrey, and Gronk on my team, so week 9 would have been awful for me. I basically would have just taken the L and rested my team, even though you can't do that. But so Jordan Matthews, he's the number 1 right now. I know Ruben Randall. Raw talent is there for Ruben Randall, but it just hasn't produced anything, it seems like. But Jordan Matthews right now is the number 1, and I guess if I'm going to get a number 1 receiver at this point in the draft, in the 9th round, the 8th round, it was the beginning of the 8th round, I think that's fine. He's my number 4. I mean, I'm pretty sure Alshon, Amari, and Brandon Marshall are going to start like every single week for me, and I guess it is nice he has a week 4 bye, so I can fill him in for all those. But so this next pick, if I could get Gore, that'd be nice. I don't know what we're at right now. Gore, Amira. Okay. Amir, not Amira. See, Gore, I always say consistently mediocre for Gore, because that's basically what it is. But when you're in the 9th round, if you can get consistently mediocre, just in case one of your guys goes down for like a week, and you can plug Gore in, he can get you like 9 points, I'll take it. Because I know the rest of my team has so much upside every week that if I can just get a few points for my running back position, I'll be fine. Actually, I just want to take a look at the quarterbacks, just in case anyone's fallen. I don't really know, and no one has. Definitely would not reach on anyone right now, because, Eli's still there. And then you scroll, Winston I like this year. So, I'm not reaching anyone. I'll probably wait till, the 12th round, just take someone. So running backs. Is there anyone you could take a shot on? I do like Sims, but I don't need to reach on him. There goes Gore. He's way too low. Isaiah Crowell is way too low this year. I mean, he's the first and second down back. Everyone thinks Duke Johnson, who, of course, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite. I have Duke Johnson in the queue right now. But, what are these guys talking about? Who did I forget? LOL, except for Ammon. I don't know. I haven't been following the chat. But I just saw Gronkowski. I thought there was something about him. Oh, goodness, I'm next. Okay. Duke. Unless there's a good wide receiver. No. Lockett. I like Lockett this year. Maybe I can get him after. Duke. We'll take Duke. I actually like pairing up Duke with Isaiah Crowell. Just in the off chance, you never want to want someone to get hurt, but you're almost fine if one of them gets hurt, because then the other guy's gonna be 3 down back. So if you have both of them, then you just basically, whoever wins out the most carries, you start. But I don't have to take him because I don't have to take Crowell yet. He's really low in the rankings. Oh goodness. Of these guys, yeah, I think Lockett has a ton of upside this year. You think Baldwin is not as good as Lockett is from a talent standpoint, and Baldwin went off at the end of last year. I mean, obviously touchdowns are fluky. He's not going to get 14 touchdowns again, but, I don't know. Lockett's really good, and Wilson is also, he's really improving as a quarterback, and I think the upside from Lockett is really high, whereas Baldwin, he's obviously definitely gone already. I don't think Baldwin is going to come even close to what he did last year. I think Baldwin maybe 906 touchdowns. And I think a good estimation for Lockett, he could get 1,108 touchdowns. And at this spot, Lockett has potential to be a low-end 2. and he's like what 5 for me? Yeah, he's 5th. So I don't have to look at wide receiver anymore. Um, I'm basically set there. So running backs, love Charles Sims. He showed such good promise last year. I mean, I was a Doug Martin owner, and so that's why I really didn't want him to be doing good, but he looks better than Doug Martin. I think he could take the starting job. See, this is why you do wide receiver or running back 0, because like DeMarco and Matt Jones are fine. I have Woodhead and Duke Johnson as backups. And then, like, there's still plenty of guys back here that I'm fine having on my team. Giovanni Bernard, fine with having on my team. Ivory, I'm fine with having. Like, really, when you get down here, I'd take a shot on Procise, maybe. Carlos Williams, I'd take a shot on. D'Angelo Williams is pretty low, but, like, maybe none of those guys. But I've already got so many running backs that have a chance to do great that why would I take a chance on, like, look who's going in like the second round. Why would I take a chance on Jamal Charles has torn both of his ACLs. Devonta Freeman did awful at the end of last year. McCoy's always hurt. Ingram has never had 1,000 yards. Like there's question marks with those guys too. So why would I take those guys really high when I can take elite wide receivers that are going to post monster numbers? Where, like, look at the wide receivers right now. You think Will Fuller is going to post monster numbers this year? Steve Smith's going to get hurt. Torrey Smith has a ton of question marks, but I do like his upside. Perriman hasn't even seen the field yet. Wallace blows now. Tavon blows. Jackson's always hurt. Like, these guys have so many question marks. They have no potential to, like, be a top guy. Whereas, technically, Crowell has potential to be a top 10 back. And you say, oh, no, he doesn't. You know how easy it is to be a top 10 running back? I mean, do you know how, like, I don't think I have the stats with me here. Okay. Gurley finished really good last year, and he had 1,110 touchdowns. That's not that hard to get. 1,000 yards is 63 rushing yards a game. You're telling me if Crowell's healthy for the whole year, and he stays the first and second down back, that he can't get 1,000 yards and, like, 9 touchdowns? You tell me that's impossible? No, that's definitely possible. And you're telling me if Doug Martin gets hurt and Sims is a 3-down back, that he can't get 1,200 all-purpose yards? Yes, he can. So these guys have so much potential. Hold on, I need to look. Who do I have ranked higher? Crowell ahead of Sims. Which, yeah, I think Crowell is definitely ahead of Sims. Oh, make your darn pick. It's a mock draft. But yeah, he's. I mean, I'll take a first and second down back ahead of a third down back right now. I think he could take over that starting job. Ugh, Romo's a garbage pick, but hopefully he doesn't take Sims. I need some water. All right, he took Witten. Maybe he's a Cowboys fan. I don't know. Take Charles Sims. Now let's look at the quarterbacks. This is why you wait. Phillip Rivers is on the board. It's the 12th round. It's going to be the 13th round. There's only 2 rounds left. I mean, okay, there's 2 rounds left before you take your, like, actually 1? No, yeah, there's 2. You take a quarterback, then I'll take some bench guy, then you always take defense kicker in those last rounds. But, like, Rivers and Manning, I have them ranked 9th and 10th, and they're still on the board. I'm fine with taking Bortles. I have him ranked a little lower. I have him ranked 11th. I mean, if Bortles is my quarterback, I'm really not going to complain. If Winston's my quarterback, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to take Winston the 13th. I'd wait till the 4th. Oh, okay, there's 2 picks. In theory, I'd wait longer for Winston. But seriously, if I can get Phillip Rivers and, like, Eli Manning in the 13th round, like, you kidding me? Why would I draft Newton or Rodgers? Because, like, last year, people are like, oh, you got to draft those elite guys because they're a lock. Like, Rodgers and Luck, they're locks. You got to take them in, like, the 3rd round. Yeah, how much of a lock were they last year? I think Rodgers finished 10th. And, okay, I can actually look it up right here. And Luck finished 28th. Yeah, that's a real lock. No one's a lock, okay? Take guys late that you don't even realize how deep the quarterback pool is this year. It's absolutely insane. Like, look at this. Guys going undrafted like Winston, Matt Ryan, Mr. Consistently Mediocre. You know, you can take a shot on Kaepernick. Alex Smith will get you a couple points. Like, just stream guys. It's not that hard. Like, you draft someone late like a Stafford or something. Or like the guys I'm doing. And you know what? If they don't pan out, you drop 14th round pick. It's not that hard to drop your 14th round pick. Like, it's impossible if luck is terrible. You're not dropping him because someone's going to pick him up and maybe he comes back better. But, like, I'm not feeling bad if I drop Rivers. So I'm fine picking him up. Maybe he starts doing bad around week 7. So then I drop him week 7. I pick up whoever's hot then. And if you add together those streamed quarterbacks, they'll probably end up being somewhere around like a top 7 if you just stream guys. Potentially, if you're good at streaming, a top 5 or top 4, and yet you're drafting him in like the 13th and 14th round. So I can't. Let's just see. I don't know if I'll be able to, but like this guy's got a quarterback. He's got a quarterback. A lot of times people don't draft 2 quarterbacks. So if you just look, so Team Walls doesn't have a quarterback, but it looks like every single other team. So there's only me and one other team don't have a quarterback. And I'm pretty sure not a lot of people are going to be taking their second quarterback late. So why not wait? I mean, like no one's going to be taking the guys. They're just going to sit on the board, but people are going to take running backs and stuff. So let's just see who the flex options are here. And actually I liked how my team ended up with Gronk. I'm not going to lie, because I don't have to take a tight end late. Take a shot on Dorial. Who am I? Yeah, you know what? I could take a shot on Dorial Greenback. I mean, he's basically Calvin Johnson. Like, kid's like 6'5", runs like a 4.40. I don't even know how. It was insanely fast. But I might as well take him. Filled up my entire bench. And now I'll sort by quarterback. And as long as he doesn't take like 2 of the guys, probably should have checked. That wasn't the team, right? Yeah. He's got Big Ben. He took Travis Benjamin. Not a terrible pick. He actually might be the number 2 in San Diego now. I don't know. Is Stevie Johnson still there? Remember the days of Stevie Johnson on the Buffalo Bills. Oh, the good old days when you could actually play Stevie Johnson. But, I mean, he's not going to take all 3 of these guys. Yeah. See, wait, who did I have ranked higher? I have Eli ahead of Rivers. Yeah. Sounds good to me. So, now it's just the last 2 rounds. You guys really don't need to hear much about this. Let's be honest. Probably going to take the Patriots, and then I'll probably end up with like Crosby or something. But I could probably end the mock draft here. If you guys watched this far, at least someone liked it, hit that like button. Just do this strategy with defense and kicker last 2 rounds. Defense first, then kicker. If you're looking at kickers, just pick a good team. Just be like, who's the kicker? If you don't know, Mason Crosby's kicker on the Packers. Gostkowski's kicker on the Patriots. Obviously, Gostkowski's going to go kind of early, but just look at a good offense and take their kicker. It doesn't matter if they're that great. If they end up being terrible, just drop them for a different one. And sometimes kickers are actually like the Bucks kicker last year was actually doing good for some weeks, and like the Chiefs, just because they kept getting in the red zone and just stalling. So the guy would get like 5 field goals. So the team would put up 15 points, but the kicker got all 15 points. So sometimes you can get an elite offense. They score like 50, but you only got like 8 points from your kicker because it was all touchdowns. So you do have to be wary about that. But just take a kicker on a team that scores a lot of points. That doesn't matter. I always pick the Patriots defense in these mock drafts. I haven't made a defense rankings because I really don't care that much. I stream defenses every week anyways. And the Patriots are actually pretty good defense. I mean, they just got pot roast. They got Chris Long as a pass rusher. They already have Butler. They've got Ryan. So they're a pretty good team defensively. And I don't think you guys need to watch this far. If you clicked off the video, my feelings aren't very hurt. But I'm just going to end the video after make these selections. I hope you did enjoy it. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. I come out with the mock drafts every single week. It's Mock Draft Monday. This is the 6th mock draft I've done. I believe it's the 6th. They'll be live for the rest of as long as this stupid easy vid recording still works. I always come down here and just check if it's still working. Sometimes it freezes, but that's why it wasn't live all the other times. But they'll be live mock drafts once a week. And honestly, I'm just gonna end the video here. I'm gonna be taking the Patriots defense unless they're taken. If they're not taken, I'll take the Rams. Maybe maybe I'll take a shot on the Jaguars. Who knows? And that was taking random kicker. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you watched this far, and thanks for watching.